the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent.
From the very beginning of the atomic age, humanity has wrestled with a power unlike any other. This story is a dramatic blend of brilliant science, shifting global powers, and the ever-present shadow of utter devastation. It is not only the history, but an intense look into the technology that changed the civilization forever. Let us uncover the hidden truths, the secret missions, and the heart-stopping moments that pushed the world to the edge. A blinding flash, a deafening roar, then a massive mushroom cloud, blooming like a deadly flower over the New Mexico desert. Just one atom, split apart, triggered a chain reaction that completely rewrote the destiny of humankind. This story does not begin on a battlefield, but in the quiet labs of 1930s. This is where an incredible discovery named nuclear fission was made. But as the world plunged into the Second World War, this scientific marvel quickly became a terrifying possibility. A chilling fear spread that what if Nazi Germany, known for its relentless scientific ability, harnessed this power first? This fear ignited a top-secret undertaking, the Manhattan Project. It was an ambitious partnership between the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, bringing together the era's brightest minds in a desperate race against time. In the hidden facilities, from Los Alamos to the uranium plants in Oak Ridge, a new kind of weapon was forged in absolute secrecy. Then, on July 16, 1945, in the desolate New Mexico desert, the world held its breath. The Trinity test, the first atomic bomb detonation ever. A blinding flash, followed by a mushroom cloud that climbed miles into the sky, announced a terrifying new reality, making the United States the first nuclear-powered country. This single event, the culmination of years of work, changed everything forever. Just weeks later, this new power was unleashed in the wartime. On August 6, 1945, the little boy, a uranium-based weapon, was dropped on Hiroshima, Japan. The city was instantly transformed into hell. Just 3 days later, on August 9th, the Fat Man, a plutonium device, devastated Nagasaki. These two attacks, coming just days apart, delivered a final blow in Second World War. These were the last atomic bombs ever used in warfare, and the shadows of these explosions cast a long and chilling chapter over the history of humankind. On the other hand, the Soviet Union, still recovering from the war, viewed the American monopoly on nuclear weapons as an existential threat. Under the watchful eye of Joseph Stalin, a secret Soviet program was rapidly performed. By 29 August 1949, the Soviets shocked the world with their own successful atomic test. RDS-1, codenamed as Joe-1 by the West. This was an implosion-type device, similar in design and yield to the American Fat Man. Officially made the Soviet Union second nuclear-powered nation. The 1950s saw a dizzying escalation of nuclear testing and development. The United States, determined to maintain its edge, conducted a series of crucial tests. Operation Crossroads in 1946 featured the Baker test. The first underwater atomic bomb detonation designed to study its effect on naval vessels. Operation Sandstone in 1948 yielded sandstone yolk. A new high yield record at 49 kilotons. Paving the way for advanced designs. But the true game changer arrived in 1952, the Ivy Mike test.
Minus 10 seconds. Niner, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It marked the first successful detonation of a thermonuclear bomb or a hydrogen bomb. This was not merely an incremental step, it was a leap into a new realm of destructive power. Harnessing nuclear fusion, the same process that powers the sun. The race for ever more powerful weapons continued with tests like Ivy King.
In the 56 seconds it takes the bomb to fall, the men of Operation Ivy wait on Parry and Eniwetok Islands. Unlike the Mike phase of the operation, the King phase will be observed from land. The bomb is now at 8,500 feet, at 6,500 feet, at 4,500 feet, at 2,500 feet, approaching 1,500 feet. Watch the air overrun it.
This is the largest US fission bomb, equivalent of 500 kilotons of TNT. The terrifying scale of these weapons became starkly apparent with Castle Bravo in 1954. This test unintentionally set a new high-yield record at 15 megatons of TNT. But its real impact was unexpected and widespread radioactive fallout that drifted over the Marshall Islands. The world was witnessing not just explosions, but the harsh reality of unintended environmental and human catastrophes. The United Kingdom, a key partner in the initial Manhattan Project, resumed its own program after the United States terminated their collaboration post-war.
Now.
In 1952, Operation Hurricane solidified their status as an atomic power, making it the third nuclear-powered nation. With all these, France, driven by a desire for independence from NATO, and in the wake of the Suez Crisis, developed its nuclear arsenal almost independently and conducting their first atomic test in 1960, known as Zarbos Brew in Algeria. That's how we got the fourth atomic powered nation. China, seeking deterrence against the United States and Soviet Union, achieved its first atomic bomb as Project 596 in 1964. Becoming the fifth atomic powered nation in the world. It did not stop there. With a furious speed, China got an even more formidable hydrogen bomb just 32 months later.
9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1，起爆！ But even these immense explosions were overshadowed by the behemoth.
Экипаж одевает защитные очки. Приближается к точке взрыва. Высота 4000 метров. Осталось 3 секунды. 2, 1, 0.
In 1961, the Soviet Union unleashed the Tsar Bomba. The largest atomic bomb ever detonated on the Earth. With an estimated yield of 52 to 60 megatons of TNT, its shock wave circled the Earth 3 times. The sheer power was almost unimaginable, a chilling testament to the capacity of destruction. While the superpowers openly paraded their destructive might to showcase their supremacy in terms of warheads, a far more intricate and secretive drama was unfolding globally. The desire for nuclear weapons was not confined to a few dominant nations in the world. Many countries, driven by their aspirations, national security, and regional rivalries, began their own nuclear programs. These became known as threshold states. These are the nations that had done most of the groundwork and could rapidly assemble a nuclear device if they choose. Despite these states, we already have some nuclear powered nations. Up next in the list is Israel, a nation facing existential threats, embarked on a highly secretive nuclear program. Collaborating with France on nuclear energy, they developed a hidden facility. Despite US concerns and demands for inspection, Israel is widely believed to have completed its program around 1967. Though it has never officially acknowledged by Israel that they possess nukes, the details of this covert operation were famously leaked by technician Mordechai Vanunu in 1986, revealing the extent of their capabilities through the informations gathered by him. Thus, the number goes to 6. Next is India, driven by its own security concerns, particularly after a border war with China in 1962. Using reactors initially provided for energy, India secretly diverted materials for weapon development. In 1974, they conducted Smiling Buddha, their first nuclear test.
At 15:45 hours, India conducted 3 underground nuclear tests in the Pokhran Lake.
It led to a widespread international condemnation, but India marked their entry into the exclusive club with no first use policy.
परीक्षण के साथ हमने ये भी ऐलान किया कि हम परमाणु हथियारों का प्रयोग करने में पहल नहीं करेंगे। नो फर्स्ट यूज। हमने ये भी कहा कि जिनके पास परमाणु शस्त्र नहीं है, हम उनके विरुद्ध उनका उपयोग नहीं करेंगे।
This way, India became the 7th nuclear-armed nation. This act prompted Pakistan, a long-standing rival, to pursue its own nuclear deterrent. After losing 1971 war to India and giving up East Pakistan as Bangladesh, Pakistani scientist Abdul Qadir Khan stole crucial intelligence on uranium enrichment, and China also provided significant assistance to help Pakistan being an atomic nation. Five bombs were successfully detonated in Balochistan province.
गुज़श्ता दिनों भारत ने जो एटमी तजुर्बात किए, आज हमने उसका हिसाब भी चुका दिया है और 5 कामयाब एटमी तजुर्बात किए हैं।
Thus, Pakistan is in the list.
Perhaps one of the most remarkable story comes from South Africa. Possessing vast uranium reserves and driven by the political isolation of apartheid era and Cold War anxieties, South Africa developed an estimated 6 nuclear bombs, likely with Israeli assistance. However, as this regime ended, South Africa made the decision to voluntarily dismantle its entire nuclear arsenal in 90s. This one is really a unique act in the nuclear history. At last, we have North Korea. Despite signing the Non-Proliferation Treaty, but seeing nukes as crucial for the survival of its isolated regime, North Korea secretly continued its development, conducting its first successful test in 2006. They have done 6 nuclear tests so far, with the latest one in 2017. Thus, it is the latest nuclear-armed nation in the world. The motivations for seeking nuclear weapons are diverse throughout the world. Former Yugoslavia sought them as protection against a possible Soviet invasion. Sweden also aimed for tactical nukes for defense against a potential Soviet incursion. For Iran, the potential acquisition of nuclear weapons is seen as a key factor in its pursuit of regional dominance in the Middle East. With this, Saudi Arabia openly stating they would develop their own nukes if Iran did. The story of nuclear proliferation is also one of international pressure and intervention. The United States, often acting as global police, has employed various tactics to halt nuclear programs. Operation Olympic Games in 2010, a cyber attack by the US and Israel, famously destroyed 20% of Iran's centrifuges, setting back their program by many years. Israeli Air Force itself launched Operation Opera to destroy Osirak reactor of Iraq in 1981. The US also pressured Taiwan and South Korea to halt their programs. However, many countries came very close to joining the nuclear club. Spain, for instance, received an accidental shortcut when a US B-52 dropped hydrogen bombs on its territory, allowing them to reverse engineer fragments. Romania secretly created enough nuclear material for at least 6 bombs but lacked the scientific expertise to assemble them. Thus, it is not even considered a threshold state anymore. Iraq's nuclear ambitions under the leadership of Saddam Hussein became a major international controversy. Libyan program headed by Gaddafi was eventually dismantled under US pressure. Brazil successfully designed 2 bombs and even prepared a test site in Amazon area before halting the program due to a transition to democracy. Japan, despite being the only nation to suffer a nuclear attack, is widely considered the most capable threshold state, theoretically able to create a bomb in less than a year. Taiwan also came very close, having designed a weapon and conducted a cold test. The evolution of nuclear weapons is not a finished story. The future remains uncertain, marked by both the enduring threat of proliferation and the ongoing effort towards disarmament. The development of nuclear weapons is an incredibly expensive and tech-demanding process, making it very difficult to keep a secret in an age of advanced satellite surveillance. Yet, the motivations for acquiring them persist. Iran and Saudi Arabia are often speculated to be next nations closest to developing nuclear capabilities, driven by regional power dynamics. The history of nuclear weapons is a stark reminder of humanity's duality, our capability for profound innovation and our potential for unimaginable destruction.
We knew the world would not be the same.